is on another level this morning. I would attribute that to somebody in the studio. He's just charging me up this morning. Marv King, how are you today? You see this energy I'm using, that's the same energy I want you to put in. I be done, not be so.
That's so now.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much, Barry Cosmos, for handing over to me this lovely morning. And I hope you're doing great wherever you are listening from, be it in Imo, Anambra, Abia, Cross River, Jos, Delta. Where else? Akwa Ibom, yes. And other states around Imo State. We welcome you this morning and we thank you so much for your company. I remain your host, Mary Omeniwo. They call me the Slim Diva, your most adorable.
And I am Judge Dawn Ikoma.
Okay, so let's start off with the update before we tell you what we will be discussing this morning. And I want you to please stay glued to your radio because what we want to talk about today, now, no dull moments on this program. Right after yesterday's program, before I go ahead to give the update, Dawn, God, these stray bullets that I received, especially from Bosimo drivers, they started sending me messages. Say, what do you mean? Do you mean that most of our buses are dirty? Do you mean that we don't bring out money to actually repair or work on some damaged parts of the buses? And I'm like, yes, YES, capital letter, majority. I didn't say all. Majority of the bus emo drivers, please, you have to do better. Most times you come out in the morning as early as 7, you're trying to catch buses to go to work, depending on what time you resume. Some people resume 8 a.m., some resume 8:30, and then when you come out, you're looking all nice with your white shirt and everything, only for you to enter into one bus emo, and it's the smell, in most of those buses can kill a fly. And then you use your white shirts in it's all your glory, all your ginikwa
splendor.
And then by the time you get to your office, you won't even recognize that shirt anymore. Is that bad? Yes, I have to say this.
Yeah, it's true.
We cannot be talking about health without talking about hygiene.
Yeah.
They come together. Please, most bus emo drivers do better. Most of them take those buses on hire purchase. I know. In your mind, after all, not be me get higher purchase. They remit money now. How do they even do it again? I can't. After a while,
you
give the person back. No, that one you will maintain it very well because you know at the end of the day you will keep it right. I'm talking about those bus emo drivers that maybe someone gave them the bus to drive for just a short period of time.
Yeah.
Thank you, daily pay. All they are after at that point is to get money in their pocket and then get extra. Those are the people who break traffic rules. They want to meet up because they are trying to get extra on top of their pocket. However, they also don't remember that if your boss is not looking nice, it tells a lot about you.
Yeah.
Yes. So please, most of those bus emo drivers listening to me at this time, I don't want to categorize all of you and say you are all the same. No, I have. There's one bus emo I entered the other day. It looked more like I was in an airplane.
Are you serious?
Yes, it had what do they call it? This mini television, had a lot of speakers, had a lot of flowers.
That car is not new.
It's not new per se, but it was well maintained. And guess what? A very young guy. That guy, from our assessment, should be below 25. Young.
I'm looking at you with
so much swag. Looking at who? But with so much swag and a fizzy. You know what I'm trying to say. So please, no more stray bullets. I was only saying the truth, and I had to say it because, man, it's too much. It's just like when you enter a bus and the first thing that greets you is a conductor who raises his arm, and what do they call it? The armpit is filled with hairs, smelling hairs, and he's putting it in your mouth. Wedra. I mean, that's not good enough, okay? Let us do better. Thank you very much. Shall we? Good. Okay, so let's go straight up to the update before we continue with the rest of our conversation this morning. And I'll start off with this one. Let's go to Enugu, and this report says that there is a growing concern over the spike of gender-based violence in Enugu State as the state's GBV task force disclosed on Monday that it has recorded a staggering 1,086 cases in just over 3 months of operation. Yeah. And then they went on to say that it calls for concern, and that majorly there were 114 adolescent girls who were rescued recently, also from sexual exploitation and commercial sex work. Now, I don't want to go deep, but what does this mean? If that agency could rescue 114 adolescent girls, not teenagers, get the English right. These ones are not yet mature.
Yes.
But they are being trafficked outside the shores of Nigeria, even interstate, to go into commercial sex work. What does that tell you? There will be a lot of health complications at the end of the day. These girls are naive, they are vulnerable, they don't even have knowledge when it comes to taking care of their bodies. Yes. And then at the end of the day, we start to have a lot of venereal diseases flying up and down. And then the lives of these young girls are going to be destroyed or will be destroyed. That's the angle these people are coming from. And they are calling on the government to do something, to be proactive. I don't know what to say, but I know that these days we now hear of cases whereby young girls as young as 10, 11, 12, all of a sudden, the parents will come knocking. We work in the radio station. We see these things. This year alone, I know how many parents have come here for to file a report on their missing daughters. That is how bad it is getting. These girls are cajoled, they are enticed with different things and taken away. And you think they are missing. It's possible someone must have, taken them, deceived them. So we have to really, I don't know, we have a long way to go. A lot is going on. My own is to inform you. Your own is to use your tongue to count your teeth and know how to protect the young girls around you. Yes. Okay. And then we also have the information coming from the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare saying that it has deployed new tuberculosis diagnostic technology to improve access to testing across Nigeria. According to the Director of Public Health at the ministry, Charles Nzelu, he disclosed this during a pre-World TB Day press conference that was held in Abuja. And then he said that Nigeria has recorded an increase in tuberculosis cases under the National Strategic Plan from 2021 to 2026. But he also noted that the burden of the disease remains high. And then he went on to urge Nigerians to try as much as possible to go for testing. And if a cough lasts more than 2 weeks, it calls for concern. And then he also said that TB is curable and the medicine is available. I will stop there. But I wonder why most of the time these diseases that we are always talking about, be it tuberculosis, be it Lassa fever, what other disease? Okay, I want to try to juxtapose this with side by side with polio. At a point they said we had eradicated polio from Nigeria. But right now, there are still some states that are recording polio. Leprosy, that's another one I want. So why can't we get to a point whereby at that stage, we get to a stage whereby we can finally eliminate these things? That's my concern. Every time you keep hearing it's increasing, year in, year out. Meanwhile, the medicines are available. So what is the problem? Is it that the health workers are not being sensitized enough and they don't go deep into the rural areas? Because it's one thing to take the message there. I feel that's where the problem is. Yes. So how can we be having a cure for TB and still the prevalence is high? Much. You see someone, even some people are not still well informed. You see someone who has tuberculosis, the person might not know. He calls it ordinary, stubborn cough. That's the word. They say it's stubborn cough. And they'll be taking cough syrup. 1 week, 2 weeks, they will change. Abusing cough syrup. So please, if you find yourself in that situation, go to the hospital. Next week, I don't know if it's Tuesday or Wednesday, it's going to be the World Tuberculosis Day. I will try my best as much as I can to bring an expert to come talk about it, okay? It's something that a lot of people are living with. They don't even know. Yes, because it has this subtle symptom, apart from the cough. Are you aware that someone could be asymptomatic? You have not leprosy, tuberculosis. You might not even notice it on time. Do you understand? And it can now lead to a lot of complications. Okay, so the last update quickly, just to let you know that 5 new meningitis cases have been recorded in Kent. This is in the United Kingdom. And the health secretary has come up to say that the disease is spreading very fast. And then they said that 2 people have died in the outbreak, and a 21-year-old university student and a 6th form pupil at a particular school have died from meningitis. Wow. That is in the UK. Just imagine, only 2 people. In Nigeria here, do you know how many people die from meningitis? You know, but it's something that calls for concern. Yes. I know we talked about this last week.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yes. So the season is kind of hot. Very, very hot. Avoid overcrowded spaces, okay? I'll stop there. All right. Drum rolls. Don.
Hey, God, dude.
Don, help us with the topic for today, quickly.
Okay. Artificial sweeteners.
Okay. Artificial sweeteners. And then we'll put it side by side with the healthy sugar substitutes. Some people don't know what artificial sweetener is. In fact, this is the first time. I beg to be corrected, or I stand to be corrected, but this is the first time a lot of persons will be hearing of the words artificial sweetener. What they know is sugar.
Yes, it's sugar.
My grandma will call it sugar. Some people call it sugar. Okay, so what most people know is sugar.
Yeah.
However, when you buy soda, what we call soft drink here, do you know what is inside? When you buy Zobo drink from the woman that hawks Zobo on the streets, what is inside? Is it sugar or is it artificial sweetener? When you buy Tiger Nut drink, what is inside? Is it sugar? Is it artificial sweetener or natural sweetener? When you buy, which other one? There's this thing we used to take when we were very little. We call it saccharin. Oh, God, person don't say it. No, these children of DJ, they don't know what it is. What they know is ice cream. That time, then we tie it inside nylon.
Thank you.
It will be the color like this. We attract you. You see, children, everybody will be ice cream. We don't know saying as saccharin. Mixed with water. Now, saccharin itself, is it a natural sweetener? Is it an artificial sweetener or sugar plus color? Because we need to know, we need to differentiate these things and then find out if we are helping ourselves in any way. Or if we are doing our bodies more harm than good. So the topic for today will tilt towards nutrition somehow because it has to do with what we put in our mouths. Very, very important. So please, I want you to stay back, sit back, relax, and listen to whatever I want to say because it calls for concern. The rate at which people are now abusing artificial sweetener with the mind that, oh, okay, not be sugar. It better pass sugar. Is it really better than sugar?
To some extent, it is.
To some extent. We'll find out. That's the essence of this research. Okay, what do you have there?
Okay, coming from artificial sweeteners, these are substances used to make food and drinks taste sweet without using regular sugar.
Okay. And now that is for artificial sweetener. Because I said we want to break it down. Now, sugar substitutes is also known as artificial sweetener, okay? And it's a food addictive that provides sweetness like that of sugar. However, it notes that it significantly contains less food energy than normal sugar. It contains 0 calorie. It is non-nutritive. Low calories. That's what it contains. Now it says that artificial sweeteners may be derived from plant extracts or processed by chemical synthesis. What does this mean? Most of the artificial sweeteners that you see are actually chemically produced, not natural. Some, to some extent, are derived from plant extracts. That means some are natural. But tell me, you go to the market, for those of you who are conversant with the whole Zobo process and juice process, you go to the market and you want to buy sweetener or flavor, whatever you call it, right? And then they give you the one sachet, 50 naira. If that thing was actually got from a plant extract or extracted from a plant, do you think it would be that cheap? That's a big question. Will it be so cheap? It's another question, yes. But you want to buy the sweeteners and you get them at a very cheap rate. I know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to speak in parables. Okay. Now, sugar substitute products are commercially available in so many forms. It could be in powder form. It could be in pills, even in liquid form. And then these things are nicely packaged for people to buy.
Well packaged.
Very, very packaged. Well, nicely packaged. Okay. And then they said these sweeteners are a fundamental ingredient in a lot of drinks. Plenty drinks, diet drinks. And these diet drinks, for instance, there's a brand of soft drink that we have. I don't want to mention it is black in color or it is darkened. And then when you buy or when you want to buy, you see two brands, right? They will tell you this one is low sugar.
And this one is...
Hey, God, the highest form of deception. Quote me. Low sugar. And then they'll tell you this one has the normal...
Straight bullet has gotten to its destination.
It has gotten to its...
Oh, God.
Okay, low sugar. But when you go and look at the normal process in which these things are produced, my brother, my sister, it's the same process. So. But it's possible that maybe one, they use artificial sweetener. And maybe the other, they decide to use normal sugar. I'm just saying. But the truth is, you see that low sugar thing that you see, there's no difference. Mark my words. According to research. Thank you. Okay. Now, it also says that there's something called sugar alcohol. Example of sugar alcohol, we have erythritol. Please bear with me today. You see these words, they are
so many grammar.
Oh Lord, these words can cut a tongue, so I have to be extremely cautious. There is the erythritol, xylitol, sorbitol. These are all sugar alcohols that are derived from sugar. Some people take alcohol. We mentioned it the other day. And in your mind, it not get sugar. It is medicinal. But right after taking 2-3 bottles, the gutter closest to you becomes your running point or your bus stop. You go there more than 10 times before you go home from the bar. That gutters don't suffer for Nigeria, Sha. Gutters, the gutters we have in this country. Before that flyover was built, that reminds me, before this flyover was constructed, oh God, I was passing through Control one day, and what I saw with my eye, you don't see waste product where they wear cap, wear sunglasses. That gutter suffered. Just like, you know that Mbise Road Junction, Douglas.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen that deep gutter. I don't know how best to describe this, depending on where you're coming from. If you're coming from, oh God, okay, Tetlo. No, from Tetlo now.
Okay.
You're going towards Mbise Road.
Okay.
When you get to the junction, that junction there, just by the corner, the stench that comes out from that gutter. And then you see people still selling things. I wonder how they cope. I don't want to deviate from what we are talking about, but I just thought I should add that. Okay. So some people use these products and call it sugar substitutes because they taste sweet like sugars, and they know that they've done their research, and research has shown them that it does not have calories. And then they decide to dump sugar and go for artificial sweeteners. But in actual sense, are they actually healthy? That's the question this morning. I don't know if you have anything to add from your end. Okay. And then before you add, so we all know that I've mentioned sugar, alcohol, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, common artificial sweeteners. We have aspartame. I think this is the same one that is found. Yes, it's found in toothpaste too.
Yeah, and sugar, chewing gum.
And chewing
Some
gum.
chewing gum, especially those minty gums.
Okay, aspartame, found in diet soda, sugar-free foods, even toothpaste, and most of the things that we use. You have more, right?
Yeah, we have. You've mentioned it, saccharin.
Saccharin, okay.
Sucralose. Sucralose. Okay, and then we have stevia. But this one is natural but processed.
Which one is natural but processed? You see how they confuse people. How can you say something is natural but still processed?
So maybe it's the processed form that is making it not to be natural.
But it's natural. Hey, help me. You are when it comes to English.
Just like when you get cassava and then you know all this thing that when you take it and then you slice it, you have you can make tapioca. You can take tapioca from it. That one is natural. Now, but they said when it goes through that fermentation or something, it's no longer natural again because something has already been mixed with it.
Thank you.
So the procession means that it's no longer natural again. It's in between.
So which one are they not saying natural? Guinea, natural.
They don't want to
but processed.
They don't want to deceive
They should just tell us refined. That is been refined. She is English. Let's put it side by side. Naturally refined, processed. Oh yeah, now let the confusion confuse the confusion. Oh my goodness. Okay, so those are all forms of artificial sweeteners. It's big grammar. However, the most common that we know is saccharin.
Saccharin, yes.
Saccharin. Okay. Now, let me talk about safety and considerations. There's a health debate, right? It has been on for a long time. And then some people at some point linked artificial sweeteners to cancer.
Yeah.
So they had to do some research, and then scientists found out that they did this research mostly on animals. And then they did not see any evidence, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, no, they did the research on animals. They've not done on humans.
Okay.
There were traces, but in humans, no evidence to prove
Okay.
if artificial sweeteners can actually cause, what is it called, cancer. Okay,
Yeah.
this is according to the
research.
National Cancer Institute. I'm quoting them. These things are done based on research. And then some evidence suggests that artificial sweeteners might influence what we call gut microbiota composition. That is the gut. When you talk about gut, you know what it affects,
Everything
the digestive system. Okay, so now artificial sweeteners are not inherently healthy, but can act as a useful short-term tool for reducing calorie intake. I had to emphasize on short-term because unfortunately in Nigeria, when you tell people this thing is better than this thing, that's what they will stick to throughout their lifetime. Artificial sweetener, from what I can see, shouldn't become a normal part of your life. It should be taken in moderation. That is the message. But unfortunately, people take these things every day.
Regular.
You say you want to make natural juice, and you go and make a Zobo drink, for instance. The moment you add that artificial sweetener, it's no longer natural. But people don't know. Achom me soft drink ta. Achom ya. What I want is a natural drink. Onye Zobo come, onye Tiger Nut, and then you buy. They've added artificial sweetener. If you taste the normal raw Zobo, you won't like it.
Yes.
You will not like. In fact, you it will be part of your diet.
Pineapple.
Natural, right?
Yeah,
it's still natural.
Pineapple.
They put all sorts, ginger, boboye, cinnamon, you know. Those are natural flavors. However, the taste will not be like when you add.
Sweet.
Thank you. Because we are used to taking sugary stuff already.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the problem we have. So it says, while artificial sweeteners are generally safe, long-term consumption has been linked to potential risk, including metabolic changes, gut microbiome disruption, and cardiovascular concerns. I don't want to talk much. I don't want to say much. I know that some people at some point said because it has low calories, It can help with weight loss.
Yes.
And it can help diabetic patients,
yeah. Even
and
the teeth.
And then it doesn't cause tooth decay like the normal sugar.
Yeah.
But remember what I said, that is short term. If you take these things long term, those things you see that happens when you take excessive sugar will happen. That is the truth from research. Okay. What else have I not touched on before we open up the phone line this morning? Okay, so let me quote a doctor, a medicine specialist actually, Melissa Young, that's her name. And then she went on to say that both sugar and artificial sweeteners are a problem for your health. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
And if we are comparing which one is worse, she went on to say that from her own understanding and from her own assessment, artificial sweeteners are far worse than sugar. And then she broke it down. Let me break it down. Now she said why she feels that artificial sweeteners are worse is because they are commonly used by people who have some of these underlying ailments. Because they feel it's a safer alternative. Okay. And then because they feel it does not affect blood sugar level. For instance, research shows that if you consume sugar, in fact, the moment you put sugar in your mouth,
can be broken down properly.
And then it spikes up your sugar level.
Yeah.
But if you use what is it called, artificial sweetener, it's not the same.
Yeah.
To some extent, it cuts it down. So for that very reason, Melissa Young is saying that most people feel, oh, because it is safe, they now put over. Just like when you, let me use the term overdose. They take overdose because they feel it is safer than the normal. Sugar, if it comes in cubes, you can count.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right?
Yeah.
This one, you cannot count it because it's usually granulated or is in pills. You just use it like that, or in liquid rather.
Just pour.
Yeah, in as much as people measure. What happens when you're making ice cream, for instance, and you've been told to use one half cup, for instance. I don't know the measurement to use now. Half cup of that artificial sweetener mixed with flavor. You've been asked to use it, and then when you pour it, trust Nigerians, you
don't
it.
Even measure.
So we go and pour it straight from the bottle.
This one is equivalent to it, so let's just use it.
Okay, but even if they manage, some of them manage to measure, oh God, by the time they turn it with that spatula, put it on their palm. It's not sweet.
It's not sweet.
You know? And then they empty one full bottle. Oh God, Nigeria, my country. So hilarious. But these things are happening. No, it's no jokes. These things are happening, and then they turn it, and then when they tell, now I have the concentration I'm looking for, not knowing that they've caused more harm, So she went on to say that nutritionally, sugar does not have anything to offer you. And that's the truth. In terms of your health, there are no nutrients in sugar, no vitamins, no protein. Okay? Nothing that will benefit your body. I mean, for sugar, she was trying to explain nutritionally. Please don't misquote me. Okay. And then she says that what sugar does to your body is that it lights up your nervous system. And then when you eat sugar, the first thing it does is to release the dopamine. You know what that dopamine hormone is. You know what it does in your body. They call it the feel-good chemical that brings you pleasure. That is why people are addicted to sugar. Because they feel, now wow, if I do away, I can't take bitter things. No, the moment I take anything that is sugary, I'll get myself,
That's why it spikes up the energy of children.
Thank you. And then we call it sugar rush. You see them jumping up and down, they become restless all of a sudden, and you're wondering what's going on. It has spiked up the dopamine in their head, and they don't know exactly what's happening to them, So sugar is absolutely addictive, according to Dr. Melissa Young. And then she went on to say, I just want to stop there and then go over to what she said about artificial sweeteners. She says that artificial sweeteners also give you that sweet taste that your body deserves or that your body needs. But the issue is that artificial sweeteners can be up to 700 times sweeter than the normal sugar. So the result that is, that now finally happens is that you now bombard your nervous system with that dopamine releasing sweetness. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
This one is double sweet.
Double sweet.
And it's true, when you taste this sweetness and just tiny, it's
are
very
you
sweet.
telling me? Just little, put small in your hand like this. You'll be shocked at the sweetness. So which one is now better?
None.
Which one is better? Okay, I think I should stop here before we'll go overboard. We'll still continue with the rest of the conversation, but we want to hear from you this morning.
Yeah.
Are you even aware that there's something called artificial sweetener? And yes, if you're aware, which do you think? I don't know how best to put this, but just call us, share your thoughts with us this morning, and let's know how you've been consuming these artificial sweeteners. Has it affected you in any way? You can share with us. Let's learn from you as well this morning.
Okay, and the phone line to call is 0911 20022 0707 454 1014.
Okay, alternatively, you can send a WhatsApp message on 0707 491 3438. 0707 491 3438. We are live on Facebook at Echo FM 100.7. You see me and you see Dawn herself this morning. Try as much as you can to reach us on the phone lines, and we'll be here to respond as fast as we can.
Hello? Hello?
Okay. When you do call, please try as much as you can to speak up, okay? Change your position if network is disturbing, and let's see what we can do. Okay. This
Hello?
is disconnected.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Good
my.
morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. Who are we speaking with, and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, this is Mr. Williams. I'm calling from Ebema.
Okay, Mr. Williams, you're welcome.
Turn down the volume on your radio set, I beg you, before you go ahead. Please, the whole back is too much.
Okay, I'm transferring.
Go ahead.
I don't have much sharing for that knowledge. I also want to know your colleague who she shared have from her input. Artificial sugars and also normal sugars are not healthy to the body system. Artificial sugar, honestly, is more dangerous as compared to the consumption of normal sugar. Normal sugar, it can quantify, or it can actually measure the intake, the measurement of the intake. You understand? But
Yes.
when it comes to saccharines of this world, when it comes to all those stevia, artificial sugars and all that, you can't quantify your intake.
At all.
I mean, I think the best thing is to actually make public enlightenment, just like you're really doing. To talk about it more, share it on social media. And actually, I want you, if there's something you forgot, you stop doing it. Usually, before you bring any topic, drop it on your status. I want to show your WhatsApp status all the time.
Coach Mike, just kill me.
Auntie, calm down.
I'm one person.
You are doing well. You are doing well. Do you know why I steal those information? You know why I steal those topic of the day, the discussion? I mean, when I go to your status is to do what? To pick the topic of the day, drop it on my status. I repost it on my status to treat the neighboring, the most important. You have to start to put more money in this to sponsor this program because it's very educative and it's healing. It's not important information, to be honest with you.
I know.
Then going down to Zobo making. And to be honest with you, Zobo making Zobos are not people use artificial sugars in making for the production of Zobo. People also use the natural sugar from pineapple.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mix it together.
Yes, and the natural sugar from pineapple, if you drink this Zobo that was made, that was utilized with pineapple, the test is nothing compared to that of the one that was made with artificial sugar.
Okay.
And Zobo is very medicinal, very, very medicinal. It cleanses your gut. It's a mild laxative agent. Cleanses the system entirely. So Auntie, please, I beg, I beg you. You drop in those topics of the day on your status. Yeah, broadcast it. I will broadcast it.
I
drop it
will.
on social WhatsApp platform.
I
Just
will,
say,
oh, I will.
that's how people to your station. Thank you.
Coach
Very
Mike,
much.
thank you have you seen, you've not seen Coach Mike, right? Oh, don't worry, I'll invite him again. If you see the day he came here, hey, people can't know say I get person. Coach Mike, I doff my heart for you. Thank you so much, okay?
Yeah,
I appreciate you, and I will try. It's not easy, you know, it's not everything I will come here to say, combining administrative work, you know, programs and all of that, but I know that this program has made a lot of impact. Echo FM has made a lot of impact, and that's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see how it goes from now. The phone lines are buzzing non-stop.
Hello.
Elegant and tantalizing mommy. Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Eze. Morning, oh.
I said, mommy, please, that's one.
Don is here. Oh, Don is here as well.
Wait now, I will talk to her. Mommy, I want to correct one impression. He said something. They talked before the last caller said something. Mommy, let me tell you, that feeling can come at any time, anywhere. Yes, anytime, anywhere.
11:45 a.m. That feeling is coming.
Except when you are not happy. That's when the feeling will disappear. Yes.
So even laugh can trigger the feeling.
Hey, even voice says you are talking of laughter. Voice.
Well, hello.
Then I told you, see, let me say this thing. 85% of my callers in Echo are bachelors. And they will, I just want to believe that you are psychologically, emotionally, physically, and any color you can think about ready. They are coming. This is just a tip of the iceberg. They are coming for me. Mommy, thank you very much. God bless you.
Easy. Oh my goodness. I knew that's what you want. You just wanted to drop bomb and run away. That's what you always do. Okay. So go to Facebook, Echo FM 100.7, and see if Don is emotionally, psychologically. There's another word he used. Go and check. Let's see how this laughter is really contagious, because I don't know how this is building up feelings in people by this time of the day. I don't understand. Let's not deviate. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mary.
How far now?
Mary. I greet everybody here.
Are you there now? I hail you. Good morning.
They're fine. How work now?
We thank God for everything. Welcome.
You know, say I give you title, huh?
This your title. This your title.
Now, Mike E.
Okay.
Commander of English. Not baby.
Mike E. You're welcome.
Mario. See, I want to ask a question. You people is talking about sugar something, eh?
Artificial sweeteners.
When somebody reaches maybe 40 years or 40 something, that person be taking something sugary.
Okay, good question.
Yeah,
We'll
that
respond.
is what I want. Or maybe you should stop taking sugar. Because as you see me now, me personally, if I'm drinking anything, maybe pap or tea, I don't put sugar.
Okay.
That's for me, but I want to know whether you get any age, maybe you will stop taking sugar. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call this morning, Mike E. We appreciate you as always. Keep your calls coming in 0911 20022 0707 454 1014. Let's try to squeeze in some more calls before we go back to the conversation this morning. We have few minutes before you know it will be the time will be up. We're also live on Facebook, and Daddy Joe, I don't know, I saw a message by Daddy Joe, but I'm quite confused because he said something, and he said we have many of them in Obaku. It's becoming alarming, and it really calls for concern. I would like you to highlight and tell us exactly what you're trying to say so that we'll know how to respond.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Okay. Good morning.
My name is Adrian Ego.
Okay, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Road. I'm at Road.
Oh, okay. You're welcome.
Yeah, please, there's something I want to know from.
Okay.
One of your colleagues. Yeah, you understand?
Your line is breaking.
Yeah,
Your line is really bad. I don't know. Change your position quickly.
Okay, are you hearing me now?
Yes.
So I want to know about Best Beauty. How come about her?
Best Beauty is doing very well, and she's done with her National Youth Service, okay? And then went back. Yeah, that's what happened. Nothing much happened with Best Beauty, but she's okay. She's doing great.
I really love the way she laughs. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for your call this morning. You like the way she laughs, and we also have another person who laughs the same way. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Who are we speaking with and where are you calling us from?
Oh, no. Okay. And they lost that particular call. All right. So quickly, let's see what we can add. It says that according to Dr. Melissa, she also went on to say that consuming artificial sweeteners is linked to a range of health conditions. She listed a lot of health conditions. A lot.
Yes. Okay, 1, obesity, hypertension, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease.
Oh, okay. So something that people feel is even safe.
Yeah.
When you over consume these things, the same things you were running away from,
Is what you get.
from normal sugar is what you get. That's just what she's basically trying to say. Okay. She also went on to say, she links aspartame and sugar. She put them side by side. And then she says that research has shown that there's a connection between aspartame and some health conditions. Let me list out what she wrote here. Mood disorders, early menstruation, diabetes, obesity. Even she mentioned a lot, but I think this one I would not mention yet until I really confirm.
Okay.
And she also went on to talk about high natural fruits, or rather natural sugars. That there are a lot of fruits that are also high in natural sugars. Okay, let's squeeze in this one.
Okay, hello. Good morning.
What's going on with the phone lines this morning? And she mentioned high glycemic index fruits that are very high in sugar. And that begs the question. You're making zobo, for instance. You put pineapple. And then you put artificial sweetener. What does that tell you? I don't know if... Does it make any sense to you? You even put a lemon inside. Orange. These should have natural, what do they call it, sugars, right?
Yeah.
And then you still add the artificial sweetener on top. Okay. And it's gone. All right, so let's see what we can do before we run away. So are there better alternatives? Are there better alternatives to, the normal sugar? Let's find out so we can know if we can also, according to research, what does research say about other alternatives or healthy choices that people can make, to cover up for sugar?
Okay. Yes, one, honey. Yes.
Honey.
Yeah, honey.
Okay.
And then they have, they say monk fruits extracted from a fruit. And then we have date sugar.
Okay.
That one we buy from Malam.
You buy from Malam. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you know that you can actually prepare some of these things. For instance, the date powder. The date powder you can prepare on your own. Everything is on YouTube now. Go and learn. Yes. Go and learn. You mustn't buy the refined ones, because if you go to some shopping malls, you see refined date powder. I'm not talking
Is it
about
powder or the one that you grind.
That's what I mean by date powder, because you turn it into powdery form, right? Some even have the date syrup.
Yes, that's the one I was.
Some have the date syrup. These
The
things
syrup.
can be produced in your home if you wish, or if you have the time. Yes, but
it's
these
sweet.
it's tasty, but not as sweet as the normal sugar, and that's the problem we have. That's the problem we have in this country.
Hello.
Good morning, Slim Diva.
Hello.
Good morning, Don.
Good morning.
My name is Steve Ozemana.
Mr. Steve. Where have you been, sir? Welcome.
I've been around.
It's good to have you.
I don't know why you and Don is turning this pro. I don't know whether two of you are becoming artificial sweeteners for this program.
Hey, issues.
Look at how people are just leaving the topic and then discussing don't laugh. That's
that
part
is
of the
the
program.
problem.
That's artificial sweetener.
Problem with Nigerians, they want to go for pleasure first. How can somebody be triggered by mere laugh on air?
That is the sweetener we are talking about. So be careful. You are becoming artificial sweetener there.
Oh my goodness.
Slim Beaver,
Yes.
Honestly, I always appreciate this your program.
Thank you.
Because many people, when we get to hospital, we pay bills, you meet the doctor. In fact, you pay a lot to even see the doctor. The doctor will only diagnose what is happening. Oh, you have sugar. Doctor has no time to tell you the cause of your sugar. Or what you should do and what you should avoid. But look at the whole information that this your program is providing for the people. I love that, and I commend you for that. So kudos to you and your team.
Thank you.
As most of these things, we neglect them. People get confused. Hey, they say artificial sweetener is better. And because of that, we're dying for it. Me, honestly, I don't like taking, or even though I love fruits naturally, all these kind of natural things, but I don't buy all these things prepared, or whether you say they are refined or whatever you call them. Because people go around adding a lot of these things that are tied up in waterproof. They call sweeteners. They call it, I don't know the language you people use. But you see a lot of them with different names. Things that even people use them in cooking. Just to make those things sweet, make them better. And because it is prepared for the public, the people who are preparing, we add a lot of feet to make that thing look better, tasty.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I don't take zobo, anything, all those fruits, tiger nuts, I buy them naturally and then eat them. But I wish people will adhere to most of these teachings you people are giving. Prepare this as if you are taking it. Don't do it because you are selling it to the public. You add all this nonsense and people will go and drink and say they are drinking natural zobo. And at the end of it, we are dying of cancer, kidney failure, and so many things that are associated with it. A lot of them. When you get to hospital, these things are increasing, but nobody will tell you the causes. So I love what you are doing. I thank you so much, and I pray that you keep it up.
Thank
you so much. My name is Steve Ozemena.
Steve Ozemena, thank you so much. And this thing, you people are linking us now to artificial sweeteners. Tomorrow, I will talk more about that because we don't have time. However, I don't know who asked this question, whether it was Mike E., that asked if a person gets to the age of 40 or 50, if it is advisable to consume sugar. And then research shows that it is generally not advisable to consume sugar regularly after the age of 40 or 50. However, small amounts are very okay? Small consumption or small sugar or small quantity, that's the word, is okay. But when you take these things regularly, it poses significant health risk to you, slows down the metabolism in your body, and then your body will become less efficient in handling high blood sugar. Now, they gave a lot of reasons in the research. I've mentioned some of them, but the most important is that I want you to know that it will increase your risk of coming down with chronic diseases. Let us end it there. So it should be taken in moderation. Thank you very much. All right, I believe we have done a little bit of justice to the topic for today. What we are trying to say in essence is that everything you do in life should be done in moderation. Nobody can stop you from taking sugar, right? But in looking for a better alternative, make sure that that better alternative you are going for is not something that will cause you more harm. We mentioned people who make, for instance, zobo is highly medicinal. I'm very aware of that. At some point, they said it reduces blood pressure. There's nothing we've not heard. But in trying to now take it because it's medicinal, that thing you're trying to fight, you now end up increasing it by adding a lot of these artificial sweeteners. Let's go, please. We don't have much time. Parting words, Dawn.
Okay, like I usually say, if you love yourself so much, you won't be looking for alternatives not to bring yourself down. So if you love yourself, you will definitely look out for yourself at all times.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Look out for yourself at all times. Do what is necessary to stay healthy. I know that the economy is not friendly right now, but let us try. No matter how, small or whatever, you might not be able to afford everything, okay?
Yeah.
But just try and do what you can to make sure you are healthy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we are going right now. My name is Mary Omeniwo. They call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable.
And I am Judge Dawn, a calmer Alpha Dawn.
Alpha Dawn, the smiling Alpha Dawn. Math King, our laugh, did it trigger you? From outside. Way.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people. You love music? You love Echo FM 100.7.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people. You love music? You love Echo FM 100.7.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How can suspend me here? Are we are slaves?
And I'm going to win this election. That is the truth. Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every day at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo,
Country people, this is not story time. On top, Echo.
and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Worry. We are the fresh news people.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri, the station with fair and balanced reporting. My name is Mary Omeniwo, bringing you the latest news and breaking stories around the world. Here are the headlines. Federal government activates evacuation plan as Middle East crisis worsens. NRC resumes Abuja-Kaduna train services after Monday's incident. Naira slips to 1,385 per dollar amid the Middle East tension. Cuba's president fires back at Trump over takeover threats. And on the foreign scene as well, Italy warns of drifting Russian LNG tanker and it says it could explode. On sports news, Senegal rejects CAF's verdict, moves to appeal. We'll bring you details shortly. Stay tuned. And we start off with national stories that says President Bola Tinubu has directed all political appointees under his administration who intend to contest elective offices in the 2027 general election to resign their appointments on or before March 31, 2026. Those affected include ministers, ministers of state, special advisors to the president, senior special assistants, personal assistants, as well as other political appointees of the president. The circular signed by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, and issued by the Permanent Secretary of the General Services Office, Ibrahim Kana, stated that the directive applied to all categories of presidential political appointees seeking to participate in party primaries or contest for any elective office. Tinubu stated that the measure was necessary to ensure compliance with electoral laws, uphold transparency in the political process, and promote a level playing field for all aspirants ahead of the election. He also urged all concerned officials to take note of the directive and ensure strict compliance, reaffirming his administration's commitment to strengthening democratic institutions and promoting credible electoral processes in Nigeria. Meanwhile, the managing director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Kayode Opeifa, has announced the full restoration of train services on the Abuja-Kaduna route following a disruption earlier this week. Opeifa disclosed this in a post on X, assuring passengers of improved safety and operational standards following the incident on Monday, March 16, 2026. The NRC boss emphasized that the swift response of the corporation ensured minimal disruption while reaffirming its commitment to passenger safety and service reliability. The corporation also noted the successful resumption of the AKTS return trip from Rigasa in Kaduna State, signaling a return to normalcy for rail commuters along the corridor. And over to Lagos, where the Lagos State government has released alternative traffic routes to ease movement ahead of the 2-week partial closure of the Kara Bridge by the federal government. The advised Lagos State Ministry of Transportation. It outlined diversion plans for users to plan their trips to minimize disruption. The ministry also explained that motorists heading from the 3rd mainland bridge will be redirected through Ketu, Mile 12, and Ogolondo to Ikorodu Garage before proceeding through Sabo Roundabout to connect to Ishagamu Road or Itokin Road. The advisory also highlighted an additional diversion through Ikorodu Garage and Sabo Roundabout connecting Ogijo, Likosi, Shimawa, Loto and Mowe for onward journeys. The ministry noted that traffic officials will be deployed to ensure smooth movement within the affected areas. And over to the northern part of Nigeria, where the Sokoto State Police Command has rolled out a comprehensive security strategy ahead of the Eid al-Fitr celebrations, assuring residents of a peaceful and hitch-free Salah across the state. In a statement issued by the Police Public Relations Officer DSP Ahmad Rufai, the Commissioner of Police Ahmed Musa extended warm felicitations to Muslim faithful and all residents, urging them to celebrate responsibly and in line with the law. To reinforce security, the Commissioner has directed area commanders, divisional police officers, and tactical commanders to intensify patrols and scale up intelligence-led operations across the state. The command stated that it will pay special attention to common festive crimes such as phone snatching, pickpocketing, and traffic violations. Parents and guardians were also cautioned to monitor their children and wards to prevent reckless behavior that could threaten public peace. It's exactly 7 minutes past noon. If you just joined us, you're listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here's a recap of the headlines. Federal government activates evacuation plan as Middle East crisis worsens. NRC resumes Abuja-Kaduna train services after Monday's incident. Naira slips to 1,385 per dollar amid Middle East tension. Cuba's president fires back at Trump over takeover threats. Italy warns drifting Russian LNG tanker could explode. And on sports news, Senegal rejects CAF's verdict, moves to appeal. We'll bring you details after this timeout. Stay tuned.
This is a public service announcement. In an effort to enhance road safety and minimize the risks of crash-related fatalities, Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command is urging citizens to promptly report any road crashes to the Corps Emergency Hotline. In the event of a road crash, citizens are advised to call the Corps Emergency Toll-Free Hotline at 122 to report the incident or any of the Imo Sector Hotline 0913-960-0904. Provide as much information as possible, including the location of the crash and the number of people involved. Stay on the line to receive guidance from the Corps Response Team. The Sector Commander urges all citizens to take an active role in promoting road safety by promptly reporting any road crashes. Together, we can work towards reducing the rate of road crash fatalities and creating safer roads for everyone. This message is brought to you by Echo FM 100.7 in partnership with the Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command as part of our corporate social responsibility. Thank you for listening.
Welcome back. If you just tune in, this is still the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We'll now move over to the rest of the news. And in business news, the Naira has come under renewed pressure in the foreign exchange market, slipping to 1,385 Naira per dollar as escalating conflict in the Middle East sends shockwaves through global financial systems. The local currency, which had previously shown signs of stability at 1,360 Naira, has depreciated by roughly 0.3% over the past fortnight. While Nigeria's position as a leading crude exporter has provided a partial buffer against the global carnage, the domestic economy is beginning to feel the heat of monstrous volatility in the energy sector. The exchange rate shift coincides with a dramatic spike in local energy costs. Despite Nigeria's inflation easing slightly to 15.06% in February, the subsequent eruption of conflict in the Middle East has seen domestic gasoline prices soar by more than 30%. The global backdrop remains grim, with Brent crude rallying above $103 per barrel. Over now to the foreign scene, where Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel has fired back at comments by U.S. President Donald Trump about a possible takeover of Cuba. Earlier, Trump told reporters that he thinks he will have the honor of taking over Cuba. Diaz-Canel responded, noting that the U.S. would face unbreakable resistance if it attempted a takeover. In a post on X, Diaz-Canel stated that the U.S. publicly threatened Cuba almost daily to overthrow the constitutional order on Cuba, aiming to cut off the flow of foreign currency and oil to the countries. Carried out an operation in January in which Venezuela's president Nicolas Maduro was arrested in the capital Caracas and taken to the United States. And still on the foreign scene this afternoon, Italian authorities have raised urgent concerns over a sanctioned Russian tanker carrying liquefied natural gas that is drifting uncontrollably in the Mediterranean Sea, warning that it could explode at any moment and cause a major ecological disaster. The vessel, known as Arctic Metagas, part of a shadow fleet used to transport sanctioned Russian oil and gas, was severely damaged earlier this month in a suspected sea drone attack near the Maltese waters. The tanker was left with a large hole in its side and is currently unmanned, heightening fears over its stability and safety. The tanker is reported to be carrying significant quantity of liquefied natural gas, in addition to about 450 tons of fuel oil and 250 tons of diesel, compounding the potential impact of any explosion or spill. Currently drifting southwards away from Italian waters and the island of Lampedusa towards Libya, the vessel remains under close monitoring by Italian and Maltese authorities. And lastly, in the world of sports, the Senegalese Football Federation has rejected the decision of the Confederation of African Football Appeal Board awarding the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations title to Morocco and confirmed that it will challenge the ruling at the Court of Arbitration for Sports. Morocco was earlier crowned champions of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations after the Confederation of African Football Appeal Board overturned the result of the finals against Senegal. The decision followed a protest by Morocco when Senegal players briefly left the pitch after a disallowed goal and a penalty awarded to the hosts, an action the appeal board ruled fell under the competition regulations on misconduct and forfeiture. In a statement issued, the Federation Senegalese de Football stated that it had taken note of the decision delivered by CAF's appeal committee. The Federation noted that the appeal board declared admissible the protest lodged by the Federation Royale Marocaine and overturned the earlier decision of CAF's disciplinary board, citing a procedural flaw in the initial hearing. Reacting to the verdict, the Senegalese Federation criticized the decision, describing it as damaging to the credibility of African football. And that's all for the Global News at noon this afternoon, as was edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms on Facebook at Echo FM, X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, and YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by logging on to www.echofm.net. That is www.echofm.net. My name is Mary Omeniwode. Thank you for listening and do have yourselves a lovely afternoon. Good afternoon to you.